What is going on, guys? Hassan Malik back here again, and today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 rarest LEGO Iron Man minifigs ever made. My last video was the top 10 rarest Spider-Man minifigs, and you guys really seem to enjoy that video, so I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at the next biggest Marvel superhero, that being Iron Man. And just like the last video, this list is going to be based off of Bricklink sale prices over the last 6 months. This is a great way to see what figs are currently valued at and how much money you could get if you decide to sell them. Now, quick disclaimer, in this video, we're not only going to be covering Tony Stark's Iron Man, we're also going to be covering any type of Iron Man suit. So that means a War Machine, a Rescue, or any other Iron Man kind of suit has the potential to be on this list. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So at our number 10 spot, we have the Mark 7 Iron Man suit from the original Avengers movie. This is a suit that he wore at the end of the movie, the one with the really cool suit up scene. So this minifig came out in 2012 alongside the film, and it won a really iconic set, that being set number 6869, the Quinjet aerial battle. This originally retailed for 70 bucks, and currently this minifig sells for an average price of $30.88, with a max sale price going all the way up to $43.23. I always loved this suit in the movie. It's one of the classic Iron Man suits, and this is actually one of the first Iron Man minifigs we ever got in LEGO form. So at the time, having this new head mold with the flip-up mask, this was super top-notch stuff for LEGO to be doing. And as a Marvel minifig goes, he's actually pretty detailed too. He has leg printing, which to this day for Marvel figs is pretty rare. I do wish the arc reactor on his chest there was blue instead of white, but the white still looks okay. Either way, it's a great looking minifig and one that I'm sure a lot of the older collectors out there already have. Alright, moving on here, at number 9, we have War Machine in his Civil War suit. I did mention earlier that we will have characters that aren't Tony Stark on this list. So this minifig was included in one set in 2016, that being the really awesome set number 76051 Superhero Airport Battle. This originally retailed for 80 bucks, and currently this minifig sells for an average price of $32.91, with a max price going all the way up to $43.61. Now, I think this set is one of the coolest MCU LEGO sets that we've ever seen. It has so many amazing minifigs, and it's recreating one of the coolest scenes in the MCU's history. So this set is super cool and everything, and on top of that, it has some really detailed, amazing looking minifigs. The printing on this War Machine is absolutely top tier. I really like the printing on the faceplate as well. And you pair that with the red eyes, which looks super menacing, and the red arc reactor as well. I honestly think that this minifig looks better than the suit does in the movie. So yeah, a super cool War Machine fig. We're going to see Rhodey on this list again as well. But that'll do it for our number 9 spot. Let's go ahead and move on to number 8 here. We have the Scuba suit, aka Mark 37 Hammerhead. It's not officially called Mark 37, that's what it was called in the MCU. This one is based off the Avengers Assemble show, but it does look a lot like Mark 37, so that's why I'm calling it the Hammerhead. Anyways, this minifig was included in one set in 2016, that being set number 76048, Iron Skull Sub Attack. The set originally retailed for 30 bucks, and currently this minifig sells for an average price of $35.67, with a max sale price going all the way up to $55.97. Now, I know this suit is currently number 8 in terms of rarity, but when it comes to uniqueness, this is one of the most unique looking LEGO Iron Mans that we've ever seen. First of all, it's using a sand green and like a bronze gold color scheme, which is super unique for Iron Man. I love when LEGO does this, gives us suits that aren't done in the typical dark red and gold. And just like every other Iron Man fig, it has that really detailed printing and everything, but on top of that, they did something special with this fig to make it look more bulky. They're actually using an armor piece from the really old Hero Factory sets. Back in the day with Hero Factory, we actually got minifigs for the theme, and those use these really cool armor pieces to make them look bulkier and everything. And this piece is just perfect for this suit because on top of that, you have a stud right there. So that's where they put a 1x1 rounded tile piece, which is transparent and has printing for the arc reactor. Overall, this minifig just has so many different parts and components to it. The detail, the printing, everything just looks super good. I actually own every single LEGO Iron Man minifig ever made. I'm missing a few of the newer ones, but this one is definitely one of my favorites in my entire collection. And honestly, I don't think I'd part with this minifig for 35 bucks. So if you really want this fig, I'd definitely go ahead and pick it up for this price. Anyways, a great looking fig, one of my favorites on this list just for how unique it is. Alright, moving on to number 7 here, we have another War Machine, this time in his Infinity War suit. This fig was released in one special edition set in 2018, that being set number 500526, which is the Marvel Superheroes minifigure collection. collection. This was actually released during Bricktober of 2018, which is a special event held by Toys R Us where they released an exclusive set during the month of October. And that set included tons of really cool minifigs, including Wong, Bucky in his Infinity War suit, and also Tony Stark in his Infinity War jumpsuit. Tons of great figs in this one set, and currently this minifig sells for an average price of $38.59, with a max price going all the way up to $48.85. Now, to me, this minifig is just like an upgraded version of the last War Machine we just took a look at, the one from Civil War. It's still doing that really good looking black, silver, and red color scheme, except now it has even more printing and detail on top of that. So the printing on the faceplate there is bumped up a little bit more. It looks a little bit more crisp and detailed. And the printing on the suit here, man, it is extremely detailed. And on top of that, this minifig actually has arm printing as well, which looks super good. Now, the Civil War Machine is a great looking minifig, but I think this one just looks so much better in every single way. And yeah, this is just a great looking fig, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection alongside these other minifigs as well. It's a really cool set. All right, moving on to number 6 here, we have a Mark 46. This minifig was included in one set in 2016, that also being the same set that we looked at last time, set number 76051, Superhero Airport Battle. So obviously it retailed for $80, but currently this minifig sells for an average price of $38.80, with a max sale price going all the way up to $59.82. So we've already talked about this set with the amazing minifigs included in that set, and 2 of them are on this list, that being a really great War Machine and also a really great Iron Man. Not including the nanotech suits, I think Mark 46 is like the definitive Iron Man suit. It kind of feels like Iron Man in his prime. I've just always loved this suit because it still has that mechanical feel to it, while also looking like a really good Iron Man suit. So yeah, it's a great looking suit in the movies, and it's also a really great looking Lego minifig as well. The detail here is top notch as usual with the Iron Man minifigs. Super good looking minifig. I know it can look a little bit generic standing next to all the other Iron Man figs, but this is nonetheless one of my favorites in my collection. All right, guys, we are now halfway through our list. So at number 5, we have Tony Stark in his partial Iron Man suit. I know this is technically Tony Stark, not an Iron Man suit, but then you got to remember,
I am Iron Man.
So this minifig is still going to be included on this list. This fig was included in one set in 2022, which is set number 76210, the Hulkbuster. This set retailed for a whopping $550, and because that, this minifig sells for an average price of $70.28, with a max sale price going all the way up to $138.95. Now, most of the minifigs on this list are kind of old, or they have a lot of detail or something cool that makes them stand out, but this minifig doesn't really have any of that. Compared to the other minifigs that we've looked at on this list, it's pretty bland looking. It's just Tony Stark with his hairpiece, some printing on his torso, no leg printing or anything, and some different colored arms. But the value doesn't really come from the look of this figure at all. It's because he's included in a $550 set. Now, I like the UCS Hulkbuster. I think it looks very good as a build, but I think $550 is just a way too much for this set. And I think a lot of the LEGO fans agree, because I always see this thing on sale on the LEGO store, which is quite rare for LEGO to do. So I guess it's not selling as much as I'd like. Either way though, this is kind of an average looking minifig, and it's really strange that it takes such a high spot on this list. But there you go, that's number 5. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4 here. We have the Space Iron Man suit, aka Mark 39 Gemini. Now, just like the scuba suit Iron Man, this one is not actually based on the MCU variation, the Mark 39 that I just mentioned. It's actually based on the Avengers Assemble TV show, but it still looks a lot like the Mark 39 Gemini. I know the colors are a little bit off, but still, it generally looks like it, so that's why I'm calling it the Gemini suit. That was definitely one of the best looking suits from Iron Man 3 with that unique white and gold color scheme. It looks super clean, and this minifig recreates that look really well. So this was included in one set in 2016, that being set number 76049, the Avenjet Space Mission. This retailed for $60 when it first came out, and currently this minifig sells for an average price of $72.77, with a max sale price going all the way up to $87.02. The white and gold color scheme looks really good here, but then on top of that, he has some really low-key gunmetal gray prints. Even with the more unique look, I'm still not sure what the reason is for the big price jump to $72 there. Most of the figs that we looked at were around like the $30 price range. But hey, it's a great looking minifig, so maybe that alone is inflating the price. Alright, that's going to do for number 4, and that brings us to our top 3 rarest LEGO Iron Man minifigs here. So at number 3, we have a Mark 33, the Silver Centurion. This minifig was released in 2016, 16-in-1 polybag set, that being set number 5002946, the Silver Centurion. And this polybag was free with pre-orders of the LEGO Marvel's Avengers video game. That's different than the LEGO Marvel's Superheroes video game. This one is based on the MCU films. So because of that, it doesn't really have a retail price, or I guess you could say it's $60 for the game. Either way though, this minifig currently sells for an average price of $78.07, with a max sale price going all the way up to $133. Alright, now where to start with this minifig? This is one of the most detailed minifigs that we've ever seen in LEGO, period. And not the Marvel theme, not Iron Man, but just overall in LEGO. Let's go through it here. You guys can already see the minifig, but we have complete printing on the torso, the back of the torso, the legs, the hip piece, the toes. Then we also have a really detailed arm printing, and on top of that, he actually used a special armor piece from the Chima theme, which has portions of it printed in red as well. Then on top of that, you get two tile pieces that have some more detailed printing. And we're not done yet. He also has a dual molded arms and also the classic Iron Man helmet piece here with some extra printing on top of that. The only type of printing that this minifig is missing that LEGO could possibly do is some dual molded legs, which is something that this minifig does not need. So this could potentially be the most detailed LEGO minifig of all time. It uses dual molding, insane printing, extra printed tile pieces, and on top of that, reusing printed variations of older armor pieces from other themes. It's crazy to me. This is just LEGO flexing their ability to make minifigs with the parts they have in their inventory. I love this minifig. It's probably the one that I'm most proud to have in my collection. It's just one of those figs you catch yourself staring at. It just has some of the highest level of detail we've ever seen in a LEGO minifig. So yeah, I love this minifig, and I can completely understand why it sells for the amount that it does. Honestly, I thought the price would be even higher than this. $78 seems like a little bit of a steal for this detailed of a minifigure. Let's go ahead and move on here. At the number 2 spot, we actually don't have Iron Man, we have the Iron Patriot. This minifig was released in 2013 in a one polybag set, that being set number 30168, the gun mounting system. This was free with pre-orders of a LEGO Marvel Superheroes, the video game, so the LEGO based one and not the MCU one. And because of that, it doesn't actually have a retail price, but currently this minifig sells for an average price of $79.37, with a max sale price going all the way up to $117.25. So the average sale price of this is just $1 more than the Silver Centurion, but the max sale price is actually lower. So in terms of rarity, these minifigs are kind of on par. It makes sense. They're both included with pre-orders of a video game, and they're also both very detailed LEGO minifigs. Now, I'm actually lucky enough to own one of these Iron Patriot minifigs, and because it was released in 2013, it's not one of the more detailed suits that we're taking a look at on this list. It's definitely nowhere near the Silver Centurion, and there's also some regular suits that we've seen, like the Infinity War War Machine, that's far more detailed than this. But the thing is, this suit just looks very iconic. It was included in Iron Man 3, and I don't even think it was that cool in the movie, but in comparison to other Iron Man suits, this is one of the only ones that we've seen done in a blue color. And yeah, it's a great looking minifig. I don't think it's one of the more detailed ones that we've looked at on this list, but the colors alone make it look very cool, and on top of that, being a pre-order bonus makes it extremely rare. Alright guys, here we are at our number 1 spot. So the rarest LEGO Iron Man minifigure ever made is the Toy Fair exclusive Iron Man. Now, this minifigure was released in 2012 at Toy Fair, and it was exclusive to that event. And the reason that it is so rare is because only 125 of these were ever made. This is one of the minifigs I don't have in my collection. I don't think I ever will. It's like the first Iron Man minifig ever made. I know it doesn't look all that good. It doesn't have the actual helmet there. It's all printed. And on top of that, it's not a very detailed looking suit either. The printing on the torso is kind of basic, and there's no other printing on the arms or legs. And on top of that, strangely enough, he actually uses red hands instead of dark red. I don't know why they went ahead and did that. Anyways, I'm not sure what comic variation of Iron Man this fig is based off of, so I'm not sure if it's completely accurate or anything, but in general, this has definitely got to be one of the worst Iron Man suits that we've seen ever. But the thing is, anyone who's buying this fig is not buying it for the look of this fig at all. They're buying it because only 125 of these actually exist. Convention exclusives always tend to make up the most rare variations of characters, like we've seen with Spider-Man and also Batman as well. So it's no surprise that Iron Man would also have his top spot as a convention exclusive. And with the fact that there's only 125 of these made, the price is going to be really high. So the average sale price of this minifig in the last 6 months is a whopping $1,450. And the thing is that with so few of these made, there's not many selling on Bricklink. There's only 2 other lots available for sale here, with the lower one being $14,038.73 and a max price, get ready for it here, $55,262.34. That is life-changing types of money just by owning this minifig. Now, I don't think anybody's actually gonna fork out 55 grand for this fig. I mean, we just seen it sell at about 1,500 bucks, which even that is far too much for a singular Lego minifig. But when you take the rarity into account and just how old it is, it all kind of makes sense. And on top of that, this minifig was actually released alongside another Captain America minifig that also only has 125 variations of it. So yeah, a very interesting number 1 spot. It's probably the worst Iron Man suit that we've ever seen visually, and yet it is still the rarest Lego Iron Man suit ever made. So guys, there it is. There's your look at the top 10 rarest Lego Iron Man minifigures ever made. Do you guys own any of these minifigs? Are you feeling a little bit more rich at this moment? And also, would you sell any of the figs that you own for ththese prices? I own most of the ones on this list, and honestly, Iron Man is my favorite Marvel superhero, so I don't think I could part with any of these figs for these prices. Still need to get my hands on that Toy Fair exclusive one. I don't know how realistic that is, or if I'd even fork out that much money for a singular Lego minifig. Either way though, I'm happy with my current collection. Let me know how many of these you guys own down in the comments below, or how many Iron Man minifigs you just own in general. Whatever you guys are thinking, anything and everything, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. And also, if you guys would like to see the top 10 rarest Lego Spider-Man minifigs, and trust me, there's some insane prices in that list, make sure to click on this video. But guys, that'll pretty much do for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.